Hey guys, today I want to talk about the most underrated attacker Pokemon in Unite, which is Sylveon. Sylveon, I think, is just underappreciated by so many people. They don't understand how good this character is. And it's really a shame, because this Pokemon is super powerful. Also, other content creators, whenever I see their tier list, she is rated super low. And I think it's not quite the truth. This Pokemon has such an insane level 4 power spike. Of course, it takes a bit more skill to play. The Pokemon is not that easy, but it has such insane early game, mid game. Late game, of course, falls off a bit, but if you play it well, also does a lot of damage. So we play Vice Classes, Choice Specs, and Focus Band in the Hyper Voice build. We also combine it with Calm Mind and go into that later. So I think the biggest issue is that people just play too much Mystical Fire Sylveon still and just don't understand how much Hyper Voice actually does. Or maybe they just don't find Hyper Voice enjoyable. So our goal is to getting level 4 as fast as possible. Sadly, our Blissey here takes away the last hit, which can end up by level 4. Barely, but yeah. When you play with someone in lane, this is just a general tip, look at your partner's level and understand what level they need. Like, I'm not a good Pokemon until level 4, but as soon as I get level 4, I can take over lane and absolutely snowball games very hard. So Hyper Voice is a straight up cone, just a skill shot in front of you. Not even a skill shot, it just lasts in front of Sylveon. It's a cone, and in the second half of this cone, you will see the area there, it does double the damage. Here I was actually saying, okay, now I took it as well. I was like, okay, he denied my Odino. I'm actually a bit bitter. I was on a small losing streak, so I just took his thing as well. But for these first Bs, we level 4 already, and you see how fast things die. And even in a 1v3 right here, we can be very aggressive. Before Focus Band now, last patch we had Body Barrier, but in this patch we are going for the Focus Band now. The Body Barrier is kind of nerfed. Popping my X speed as well, running X speed, because we can just cheese people and keep them in our Hyper Voice much easier. And we get a nice double KO. Bot side here, we also Hyper Voice the Absol, and he just dies so fast. You can see our early game damage already coming in very handy. So yeah, we switch from Body to Focus Band due to the Body Barrier nerfs. It's now not the best on Sylveon anymore, and I think Focus Band just allows you to have even better laning phase and also gives you a second life in team fights. So yeah, preferring that now. You can see how fast we kill these things. On level 6 we get Calm Mind, and Calm Mind just gives you a small move speed boost, and it also gives you special defense and special attack. So Hyper Voice has pretty decent scalings when it comes to special attack, so it allows our Hyper Voice to do a lot of damage. So you can already see here how much damage we do. Quite a lot. Also, Sylveon has an interesting passive where when she gets hit or takes damage, she gets increased special attack and special defense as well. And also Hyper Voice, every single attack reduces special defense of your opponent. So she has a lot of special defense or special attack things going on for her. She can get special attack a lot from Calm Mind into passive, and she can also reduce enemy special defense very hard. So it's very good even with other special attackers as well in the team. If you see, you know, your jungler maybe being one or something, it's a great combination. And now we just want to be very aggressive. You want to be in our opponent's face the entire time. Sylveon, if you play Sylveon, you don't want to be passive. You want to be 24/7 aggressive. Just going to one-shot this beast very fast. I probably could have gone for the kill as well, but I just thought I want the beast very fast. But yeah, you want to be very aggressive all the time. It's also good invade character. You can invade enemy buffs because you do them insanely fast. Here I don't want to break the go yet, because I'd rather just farm minions and more Ordinos for late game. We can also start Dread. We do Dread very fast, but obviously I don't really have last hitting. I mean, Hyper Voice is kind of like a semi-last hit. It's just kind of more luck. And people just go very deep. We get our Unite move at level 8, which we already have. We actually level 9 as well, but yeah, we get our Unite move on level 8, which is very strong on Sylveon, because she's one of the rare laners that can actually get level 8, right, on lane, and can have Unite move for this first Dreadnought fight. That's also another very positive thing about Sylveon. And now we just burn the Dread. I want to keep my Calm Mind Hyper Voice for potentially last hitting it. So if you want to go for a last hit on Dread or Zapdos, always make sure that you keep your Calm Mind for it, since you will do a lot of more damage. They broke off first top goal, so I'm just going to walk towards top side now. I'm just going to farm these Ordinos. They're free to take. Don't really have to stay bot lane right now anymore. I'm going to pull these two together as well, so we clear them faster. I'm going to try to hit both of them with my Hyper Voice. But yeah, it's a bit scuffed. Also, again, only the second part does a lot of damage. The part right in front of Sylveon does actually quite low damage. So it's very important to keep your opponents in the second area of the cone. I mean, you can see it clearly, right? How it looks like in which part you have to have your opponents. Also, the hitbox of Hyper Voice is much bigger than you actually think it is. So people that are, if you think they're not in range, they might still be in range. Hyper Voice, like the outer indicator there, has actually much more range than it shows. There's a lot of things in Pokemon Unite that are like this. You know, my champ's actually quite nice. He gives me the cap instead, which, you know, I'm a bigger damage dealer, so if I get higher levels, that'd be very appreciated. And also, if I get level 12 very fast, we get Calm Mind Plus. And Calm Mind Plus is absolutely amazing of an ability. So what Carmine Plus does is it's kind of like a counter attack. You can block 1 instance of damage. So anything that has like high burst is very good against someone like Absol, very good against Brave Bird, Talonflames and stuff. You're just able to block 1 instance of damage. And if you also block something successfully, you also will take get a shield as well on top of it. So we can also use it on something like Cinderace Unite, Greninja Surf, all those things, Venusaur Unite. And we want to try to time it with that. But here in this scenario, I'm just going to use a Carmine very fast, try to walk up to the Absol, and we have our Focus Band now. Also, Sylveon's boosted auto attack gives them move speed as well. So if you're able to auto attack a bit, you can always try to get a boosted auto attack off. It will make it easier for you to hit your Hyper Voice after getting move speed. Here again, you see how much damage Hyper Voice does. And I think it's quite fun to play as well. There might just be the thing, people just maybe not enjoy this kind of playstyle. Hyper Voice is pretty much your auto attack, or like your auto attack gets made into a Hyper Voice, and that's your main damage tool the entire game. But I think it's quite entertaining, quite fun to play. The characters love move speed as well, love kiting potential, outplay potential. So I think it's a very fun Pokemon. I'm gonna start working on the Dread again. You can see I'm doing it quite fast and can kill pretty much in 4 Hyper Voices on my own. Blastoise is walking in now. Try to Carmine Plus his Unite move. And sadly, he just gets the Dread though. I guess I kind of misplayed it a bit there. Could have baited a bit longer, but yeah. We try to get the kill at least. Auto attack him one more Hyper Voice. Try to get a 50 overcap now. Enemies are still here though. But yeah, we're just gonna again be aggressive. You can see how much I chunked the Greninja already. Here we use Carmine. We block something as well, but Blissey luckily has Unite up. Now we're just gonna auto attack this guy to death. Another Hyper Voice. Now we try to go for this guy as well. Gonna pop my Carmine, Hyper Voice damage, and he just disappears. And now we get another nice Cap'n 50. We're almost already level 14, which is insane for a laner. My goal is maybe even getting level 15 at this point. So I'm just going to steal Corphish Ray very fast. Also, what I have not mentioned yet, Sylveon gains Spell Vamp on level 7, which means that Hyper Voice will heal anytime from level 7 onward. You can see it right here, Hyper Voicing, and I gain a lot of healing from just hitting something. So here, the Carmine Plus, there's it in action. Carmine Plus is the Cinderace Unite, and we gain a small sheet as well at the end. And we completely negate the damage. It's such an insane ability, such an insane move. Please never play Draining Kiss and Hyper Voice in the same build. It's absolutely terrible. Draining Kiss is just a terrible ability. It's only kind of okay with Mystical Fire. Besides that, please never play Draining Kiss Hyper Voice. I see some Sylveons that do it, and even some Sylveons that only play Sylveon. They go for a Draining Kiss and Hyper Voice in the same build, and it's just not suboptimal. So here we see our D not respawning on top side. I'm just like, okay, I'm getting 15. My goal is getting 50 now. My Hyper Voice will do absolutely crazy damage if I get 15. So we're just gonna go on a small farming streak. We still have a few seconds until Zapdos spawns, so we're not much in a rush right now. We don't want to push anything anyways. We can still look for this Rotom though. So I'm gonna slowly walk top side. Would have liked to have this big B for level 15, but yeah. Gonna still secure this Rotom with my team as well. So yeah, please never play Draining Kiss. Don't you dare play Draining Kiss. Also, the Unite move, after landing, you gain HP for damaging as well. That's not Spell Vamp, but you gain HP as well after landing your Unite move. And for 10 seconds, I think, you will start gaining HP back. So, using your Unite move, you should either use your Unite move to heal back up, or you use your Unite move to dodge something, right? Like jump over Blastoise, Unite or something. That's totally fine to use as well. Gonna pop our Carmine very fast, and Hyper Voice, we just one-shot the Venusaur super fast. Now we want to be still aggressive. Gonna look for an X-Speed right here. I'm just gonna try to run down this Cinderace, and he also gets run down. It's very hard to get away from an X-Speed Cinderace, Sylveon. Going for the Blastoise now. I should have maybe kept my Hyper Voice here. I tried to get Zapdos now with my Hyper Voice, but again, it's not a guaranteed last hit. So sadly, the enemies get it. And obviously, the game is not over yet. It is pretty terrible though. We were kind of winning the entire game, and now it's looking quite rough. So they score 100 points with Blastoise only though. Gonna pop my Carmine here again and try to go for this Venusaur, but he has the eject button. And I have to be still careful though. They have W Unite still. Gonna kite towards bot side. And they did score only 100 points, so it's not quite over yet. Gonna try to kite very as much as I can and go for the Venusaur kill. But my Hyper Voice is barely not in range there. Going for the Greninja now. Bam, another Hyper Voice. We take him down very fast with our Carmine as well. But I think our Blastoise actually just scored some in mid. But I really wasn't sure if we were winning right here. I was trying to just live, and I really couldn't tell if we were winning. It said we were struggling, but Blastoise, the moment after it said we were struggling, was scoring in the enemy base a few coins. And it was very close. So now we still try our best to just keep the enemies busy. We all know their base, right? Like I don't have to defend my base right now because 3 are dead. I see 2 in the enemy base. So I'm just thinking maybe my Blastoise can, if I'm just annoying on top side here, maybe my Blastoise can get a few more coins in. That could make the difference. We do end up dying here, but still 20 seconds to go. The enemies are very far away from our base, and we have Blissey there, and Cinderace as well, so I don't think there's any way they can score. But yeah, at this point I really didn't know if we were winning or not. It was pretty much impossible to tell. It said we're struggling to keep up, which is between 21 and 99 points. I think Blase scored around 50 on his own, so still very, very close. And time's up. I really thought we actually lost this one. I really couldn't tell. And yeah, it's gonna be super, super close. Gonna see it down the points. It's gonna start ramping up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give Hyper Voice Sylveon a try. Please just don't play Mystical Fire Sylveon. And here's some damage numbers as well for the boys. There you go, 87. Not the highest damage, but still pretty solid. See you guys in the next video. Bye!